So next we have Ms. Eckdish. You're recognized for 5 minutes.
Good morning. Thank you, Chairman Pallone, Ranking Member Walden, and members of the committee. My name is Jessica Eckdish. I am the Legislative Director of the BlueGreen Alliance. On behalf of my organization, our partners, and the millions of members and supporters they represent, I want to thank you for the opportunity to testify today. The BlueGreen Alliance unites America's largest labor unions and most influential environmental organizations around the belief that we don't have to choose between a good job and a clean environment. We can and must have both. Investing in repairing and modernizing our nation's infrastructure is a clear example of this principle. If done right, a federal infrastructure package will boost our economy and create millions of jobs while simultaneously reducing pollution, combating climate change, and strengthening our communities. The Lift America Act is a key step in this direction. Failing infrastructure is a critical threat to our communities, from crumbling bridges and contaminated drinking water to inefficient and unhealthy schools, power outages, and dangerous and leaky gas distribution pipes under our cities. And these problems are only getting worse. The historic 2017 hurricane season laid waste to Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Texas, and Florida, plunging millions of Americans into darkness and further aggravating an already desperate need for safe water. As the world's climate continues to change, the deteriorating state of our infrastructure becomes a vicious circle. As our systems crumble and become more inefficient, the excess pollution exacerbates climate change, and as our climate changes, more extreme weather tests our already strained infrastructure systems, endangering the health and safety of our communities. BlueGreen Alliance research has found that investing an estimated $2.2 trillion in a variety of infrastructure sectors to improve them from a D+ grade to a B grade has the potential to support or create an additional 14.5 million job years across the U.S. economy, add 1.66 trillion to GDP over 10 years, and reduce greenhouse gas pollution versus a business-as-usual approach. Last week, we released a set of 14 infrastructure policy priorities in key sectors, including energy, transmission, distribution, and storage, transportation, water, schools and other buildings, broadband, natural infrastructure, climate resilience, and manufacturing. Making these smart investments has the potential to deliver millions of good jobs, reduce climate and toxic pollution, and make our communities more resilient. But only if we do this the right way. In order to maximize these benefits for communities, the environment, and workers, there are 5 principles that any legislation must follow. First, any infrastructure package must create quality, family-sustaining jobs. This means ensuring all projects are subject to Buy America and Davis-Bacon standards that bolster American manufacturing and ensure that workers are paid a prevailing wage. It means utilizing project labor agreements, community benefit agreements, and other provisions that improve training, working conditions, and project benefits. And it means maintaining and growing jobs in the public sector to support all of this work, as well as respecting collective bargaining agreements and workers' organizing rights. Second, an infrastructure package must deliver climate benefits and reduce pollution. A range of investments, from natural infrastructure and grid modernization to repairing and replacing aging gas distribution pipes, could all deliver significant greenhouse gas emission and other pollutant reductions. Third, this package must make our communities more resilient. This means driving forward-looking planning and investments that build for the future, not the past, and that make our infrastructure systems and communities more resilient to the impacts of climate change. This must include prioritizing natural infrastructure solutions. Fourth, an infrastructure package must maximize benefits to workers and communities, especially those most in need. Our infrastructure investments must provide economic opportunities for low-income communities, communities of color, women, and local workers across the country. Finally, any infrastructure package must begin with a robust public investment and must tackle the broad array of our infrastructure needs. The Lift America Act embodies these 5 principles and takes a significant step towards addressing our country's infrastructure challenge. We are particularly pleased to see efforts included in the bill to address drinking water infrastructure, electric grid resiliency and modernization, school energy efficiency, methane emissions from natural gas distribution lines, and broadband access. While the bill also includes necessary conditions to ensure domestic content, prevailing wage, and other benefits for workers and communities, there are opportunities to expand these provisions across the bill. Repairing America's infrastructure systems is both urgently needed and an enormous opportunity. We look forward to working with this committee as this bill moves forward to ensure the strongest possible outcome for workers and our environment. Thank you again for the opportunity to testify today.